Oh, it's the Dynasty. Wait a minute. It's not the Dynasty Roundtable. It's Mock Draft Live with Matt Babich, myself, and Tyler Football or Tyler Canable.
Canably.
Canably. My bad.
Did it.
No, you're good.
You can scratch it off the card or whatever if you're keeping track at home. Seth messed up the name. Welcome everybody in. What are we going to try to do here tonight, guys? We got some like crazy something worked up here, don't we? Or maybe not.
I think we're.
I was gonna say, are we going right now? Should we do it right now?
Yeah. Why don't you do it? Just do it right now.
Okay.
See what happens.
All right. See how many we're in. We got.
Folks, we are going to enter here in a few moments.
Five people. Get in.
All right, I'm in.
All right.
Beautiful. Let's go. Let's go.
We are going to draft 3 separate Chihuahua Superflex teams right here live on Mock Draft Live, and you all will vote to see who takes home the belt. We still doing the whole WWE thing here?
Sure, why not? Oh, pick number 1.
Oh, you guys are
okay.
You guys are drafting right next to each other.
1-1-1-2.
All right. Matt Babich, should we go? Man, I got a decision right off the bat. We go Mahomes or Hurts?
I'm just going to clown you for whatever one you don't take.
All right.
That would have been crazy if we were all in the 102, 1-1, 102, 103. That would have been nuts.
Let's get the question out of the way, though. In these kind of drafts, when Mahomes and Hurts are going 1-1, 1-2 all the time, is there any value to kind of doing what some preach with doing with Justin Jefferson and kind of betting on someone like Lamar Jackson to end up being the QB 1 or 2 and outfinish that? Or should you just go with what your rankings dictate?
I don't think you outthink the room. I think Mahomes or Hurts is going to be tough to pass up, and obviously I'm gonna go. You got to go upside, and I love Pat Mahomes, but I'm going Hurts, baby. Rushing upside. He's gonna have lead the league in rushing yards again.
That's funny, dude. Oh my gosh, he just left the greatest quarterback in football. No, I was actually hoping you'd take Mahomes because I think Hurts is the 101 this year. But obviously, I'm going to be okay with drafting Mahomes here. I think I get what you're saying, Seth. But if you're building a portfolio, if you're some of these best ball sickos that are drafting, near max entry in all of these teams, like you can't go Hurts or Mahomes like every time you get to 1-2. You got to kind of maybe try and switch it up a little bit, but.
Yeah, it depends. I guess this is a smaller. You can only max enter like 25 times. So I guess there is a world where you get like 10 101s. And so I don't know if your exposure, if you wanted to just, I don't know, if you don't have much exposure to like Lamar Jackson or Fields or I don't know. Like it seems crazy to me to not to just take Jalen Hurts or Mahomes at the 101 though, because that's the only time you're going to get them is at the 101 or 102.
Herbert over Jefferson. Talk to us about it, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm not taking Jefferson in the first round I'm not taking him at the 7 pick in Superflex just because I think a player profile is pretty Jamar Chase over Justin Jefferson anyway. It's different when it's a single QB because you're not going to get Jefferson outside. Sometimes you can get him at the 102, but you pretty much, if you want to have any Jefferson shares, you're going to have to take him at the 101 in single QB. And here you can kind of get him a little bit later. So you can get him if you want him. And if you have maybe the 1-9 or the 110, you can still get him there. So I'm not going to take him at 7. I'd rather take Herbert, who I think is going to have a big bounce back year this year. I mean, you look at, he was hurt a little bit last year, and you just look at some of the rushing numbers that he didn't have last year that he had in 2021. It makes me like Justin Herbert a lot more than I think most people like him this year. I mean, I think I'm taking Justin Herbert over, honestly, Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields. I love Jay Herbo this year.
Yeah, I think the time to draft Justin Herbert is right now because there's not a lot of negative chatter about him, yet he seems undervalued in ADP, and that seems like as the summer progresses, that's due for a correction. And so when that happens, we're likely not going to get Justin Herbert at the same price we did. Because I'm worried about the drafts I have in the summer where I think I'm going to be able to get Herbert. By the time we actually get there, is that going to be the case, and I think it's likely no, because he is due for a massive bounce back year, and pretty much all the big fantasy experts are agreeing on that. So usually that trickles down to the common ADP.
Yeah, some of my favorite stacks to get in these drafts are those Charger stacks, especially in Best Ball Mania. You know, like, because it's just so easy. You know, like nobody likes Keenan Allen for whatever reason. I think Keenan Allen's going to be just fine. Or if you miss that on Keenan Allen, guess what? Just a little bit later, there's Mike Williams sitting there for you. Or if you miss that on both of those guys, Quentin Johnston. And I mean, it's just such a, there's different multiple layers of stacking potential with the Chargers. And I mean, Justin Herbert passed the ball 699 times last year with broken ribs or whatever he was dealing with, which is freaking insane to me. And we know that his rushing volume was down, but that's going to go up, right? If he's healthy 100%, he's going to rush for more than he did last year, because he was kind of teetering on like 300 rushing yards ish, right? The season before, I think. So I think last year that was down by like 100 yards. So and the offense with Kellen Moore is going to be more. I mean, if it's going to be pass happy, it's going to be exactly what we want for fantasy.
I took the most recent draft I did earlier this afternoon. I took Justin Herbert, and it was Justin Herbert. Then I took Eckler, and then I took Geno Smith, and I didn't realize that Geno Smith and Justin Herbert, both their bye weeks are bye week 5. And then I stacked them like both really well. I think I got DK, JSN, I got Eckler, and then I got Keenan Allen. So it's just all bye week 5. And then I was like, okay, I need at least one more starting quarterback, and the only one left was Baker Mayfield. And I just didn't look. I did look at it, clicked it. After I clicked it, he had his bye week's number 5. So I just completely played. I was like, I almost like just debated closing the draft and just letting it auto pick because I didn't want to do the rest of it. But we persevered. Hopefully we can make something out of nothing. But yeah.
All right, so Matt Babich goes with Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Sun God.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Got to get those receivers.
We'll yeah, I'm
pressure's
gonna have.
on
I mean,
you to make 2 good picks in a row.
Well, yeah. Well, I have to get my stack because I'm not gonna get it on the way back. Man, oh man. You know what? I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta go another receiver there in division.
I was really hoping.
You trying to get that week 17 game stack?
Whoo!
Yeah. Well, week 17 don't they play Arizona?
No, I was talking about Matt. I thought he wanted to get CD to get that week 17 game stack.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So I robbed him of that for no reason because there were no other Eagles, and there's no Cardinals in sight. So I think with this one, I think with this team, Garrett Wilson, oh boy. So you think that you choked that pick by taking Garrett Wilson? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, dude, I could tell you the 1 out of every 5 underdog picks. I just straight choked. 30 seconds? Are you kidding me? That is just, I have way too much anxiety to make a decision that quickly. Any sort of decision.
Yeah. If Kirk Cousins falls to me right here, I'm gonna win the league.
I thought about taking Cousins.
I hope Pimp Daddy Matt doesn't screw me right here. I would love to take Cousins.
I was sitting there and looking at Cousins, and then
yes, I win.
Nice.
Let's go.
Very
I
good.
was too much of a coward to draft Kirk Cousins, and now I'm doomed.
So you have Herbert. What's your start? Herbert, Kupp, and Cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
I haven't really seen Kirk. I haven't seen Kirk fall like that far in any of these drafts yet. Like the ADP, it says I kind of took him around ADP, but that's just not true because the ADP on here is not even set. Anybody you could take, like somebody might reach 20 rounds on a quarterback in like round 3, and like it just doesn't matter because like the ADP is just insane. Especially like Matt, you had that tweet like the first day it opened, and people just lost their absolute minds.
Yeah, I mean, we were drafting CJ Stroud in like the 5th round. If you force me to take Kenny Pickett 20 picks above ADP in any sort of league, that should be 10 years of jail time. No parole. I mean, that is a heinous crime.
Some of my favorite teams are like when you have like the 11 pick and it's just quarterback after quarterback after quarterback, and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna like try and beat the Jalen Hurts team with like Dak Prescott, and you just go like Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill. Like that's one of the teams I have. And it's just like, it's so much more fun to just like envision like a super team. Like maybe you get lucky on one of those later round quarterbacks, like maybe Bryce Young just has a historic season or something, or like you can get like Anthony Richardson and Bryce Young, and then you're like, okay, now I have Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, and then if I can just find some sort of like hidden gem at quarterback, like this team's going to be sick.
I will say, we were talking with Billy Muzio in a meeting about this because we did a super flex draft with the player profiler staff on the FFPC. And he said that was one of his most successful strategies, was kind of taking that quarterback early and then pushing it basically as far down the line as you can go. So I wouldn't be surprised if a similar strategy pays off in this Chalupa or Chihuahua or whatever. Chihuahua?
Chihuahua. Yeah. I think so.
If
And
Taco Bell did fantasy football.
And also, oh God. I was on my deck drafting one of these like over the weekend when it came out. And I just had this on. You guys seen The League? That show, The League?
Yes.
Oh, I watched like.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's mandatory.
When
fantasy football.
Yeah, when all those quarterbacks were flying off the board, I was at the 12th pick, so I was like, I just pushed quarterback. And it was one of the worst drafts I've ever done because I felt like Andre in The League when he's sitting in because they ban him and he's got to go into the coffee shop and all these kickers are flying off the board. And he's like, God, I knew it was a kicker year. And he's anyway.
See, I'm at a dilemma right now. Russell Wilson, I could game stack him with, because game stacking within Superflex is an OP strategy.
Third QB.
That's what I'm saying. Just you know what I'm gonna do? I haven't had any starts like this. I'm gonna do it. Can I star him, please?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Russell Wilson. They're week 17 game stack, Justin Herbert and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's the game stack when so week 17 in single quarterback, you probably don't want to game stack your quarterbacks because if you only start one of them, you probably want to have guys in two different games so you kind of have a better odds, because you can only start one of them, right? So you want to have better odds of one of those guys going against somebody else. But in here, when they're going against each other and you can start two of these quarterbacks, then it just feels like it's like the highest kind of ceiling outcome. So I kind of like it. I haven't started like this yet anyway, so I'm excited to get some three early quarterbacks.
Probably wouldn't want to necessarily avoid game stacking if that's what it came down to, though, because if Herbert's putting up 40 points in of actual scoring, then there's going to be pressure to throw the ball on the other end. So
yeah.
But for sure, I mean, in Superflex, you're looking to get as much as you can out of two quarterbacks. So boom, let's go. Anchor RB.
Brees Hall.
Hell of a discount.
You
bastard. And you stacked them. Look at that.
You bastard. Now what am I gonna do?
I'm here for the meta strategy of stacking with anybody but the quarterback.
There you go.
Dang, do I take the guy that I know you want now? Probably for the correlation.
Who do you think I want?
I don't know, man.
You're lost.
I'm just
your
gonna
head.
do this. I'm just gonna take Debo because I'm panicking.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I like Debo, and well, screw it. You know what? No. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm thinking here. I can wait and maybe just take value. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll get. I think he's gonna have a big year. I know there's some debate that the Jalen Warren truthers are coming out of the woods right now, saying, "Oh, Jalen Warren's better," but draft capital, investment in the player, it always comes back, right? They love that. They love Najee Harris.
Here's a shot sometimes that you just gotta take. Sometimes you just gotta believe.
I know where you're going.
In Pat Stafford. The return, baby. I honestly, when you look at some of his metrics when he was actually fully healthy for bits and pieces of last season, I just drafted two quarterbacks for the same bye week.
That's fine. Okay, honestly.
Loser game shows.
Mm.
I don't think it's as big of a deal as you think it is.
It's not, but like that just
You just
really
gotta-
that just really took all the steam out of my excitement for the pick.
You just gotta
see-
get a
stand
third
by.
one. You just gotta get a third one that doesn't have the same buy.
You don't draft Baker
You'll be
Mayfield
all right.
with bye week 5.
I won't draft
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
We'll
period.
buy- we'll buy his-
you don't need to worry about that.
That's fair. I didn't even want to draft him. I was
will
like,
seriously rather draft. I would rather just take a shot at the end of the draft on Clayton Tune than draft Baker Mayfield.
yeah.
Or I'd bet on Kyle Trask. He'll start at least 2 games.
I got a lot of options here that I'm absolutely loving right now. Both of these guys.
Judy is better for best ball for the 4 games that he's useful in.
Yeah, he was great down the stretch last year.
I don't know.
I thought he had some big games.
He
Did have
was.
some big
He
games.
did.
He did.
But like he just did
Yeah.
it through pure efficiency and air yards. And
Hey, fair enough.
yeah, if he can get it done again and like for a second straight season over a full sample, then
See,
all
this
on
is-
him. I just
This
don't
is
think
the
he's
dilemma
good
I
enough
always
to do that.
have, where it's like Calvin Ridley's fallen 7 pick or could fall 7 picks past ADP, or I could just go with, oh no, Judy goes. So now do I take Keenan for the stack or do I value hound? That's like always my big dilemma. I usually just end up going with the stack, and that's what I'm going to do here. So
See, I'm a sucker for value hounding, and
so am
don't-
I. I love it. It's nothing. Just the worst thing ever in underdog drafts is when like you're at your pick, but the guy right in front of you is like an auto pick. Like he's not, he's an auto pick. He's just taking the best guy off the board every time. So if there's like a guy, it's like 15 picks past ADP. You're like, I just know I'm not going to get the value because this guy's going to auto draft the top of the board. It's the worst feeling ever. I hate it.
There's just times like there's times where I want the person to take the person who's falling in ADP just so I don't have to deal with it in my thought process.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because just getting somebody a round and a half after ADP, no matter who it is, it just completely changes the conversation about whether or not you're going to draft him. And when I have specific targets and I structure my team knowing who's likely going to be available in certain spots, it just really pisses me off when I don't plan for like Najee Harris going a round and a half after ADP, but I already have 3 running backs.
The worst is when it's like a person that you don't like a guy that like you just like for me, I'll never like I will not draft Cortland Sutton. But if he's sitting there like he's fallen like 20 picks past ADP, I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh, maybe I should take Cortland Sutton. If this is the time to do it, I might as well get some value on it. So
Guys, we just had like a quarterback avalanche. I don't know if you saw that or not.
yeah, 4
Jiminy
quarterbacks.
Chris, they were all in my
picks.
queue too. I was like, oh, this is shaping up pretty well. Like this is going
Yeah.
pretty well. And I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna have like Baker Mayfield as my 3rd quarterback now.
All right.
Oh well.
Nah, Stroud will make it back to you maybe.
I thought for sure Kyle, because in the back of my mind I thought nobody's gonna draft Kyler Murray. Like
What
he might not play.
What
So I'll
on earth
just
are we
take him.
doing? What on
I'll
earth
just
are we
take him.
doing drafting Sam Howell at 92? Like, what is?
Yeah, that's
There's no chance he is guaranteed more starts than Mac Jones. What in the world are we doing?
Yeah, I gotta go Mike Williams. I can't resist. Gotta do it. Just fill
There
out
you
the
go.
stack. All right, there we go.
I
There you
generally
go.
find
There
Quentin
you go.
Johnston is the most appealing, just because he's the cheapest.
Yeah, I like Quentin Johnson. Like I drafted my whole philosophy like pre-draft was how many rookies can I get in like a single draft? Because you're gonna find value in one of those places. Yeah, I like QJ though.
I think I draft better when I don't look at rankings.
I
just start
never look at rankings.
I just start overthinking everything.
I'm a big vibes guy. Like if I hear
See,
if I get like the day like oh Ty Montgomery could be the 3rd down back in New England. I guess I gotta draft.
not
I
those
guess I gotta
vibes.
draft Ty Montgomery in the 20th round.
Not to those vibes.
And then today was Pierre Strong. Pierre Strong is like could be the 3rd down back. Take some pressure, or it could be. They said lightning and thunder with Ramondre. That was the quote I think on that I got in Sleeper today. Is Pierre Strong the next Ramondre?
I mean, great profile. We were excited about him until the Patriots took him, and Kevin Harris in the same.
Did he have a great
draft.
speed score? Right, he's a big guy, but really fast.
Oh, he's great. Go look up his profile. It's fantastic.
Went to South Dakota State, baby, not too far away from me. So,
oh baby, correlation time.
Oh, there we go. Week 17.
Yeah. And then I feel like this feels like I just have to get a quarterback because they're all, or did the quarterback avalanche already happen?
No, it's never over. That's what you got to learn. Everyone needs 3 quarterbacks.
It's never over. It's never over.
I've said that to myself so many times, like thinking, no, this person will make it back to me. They do not.
I thought for sure Brock Purdy or any of those quarterbacks that went at the 5-6 turn. I had them all in my queue, and it's just like gone. It's like, oh, there goes a good part of my strategy. But I was happy to get that correlation, though. That was nice.
It's crazy how much Anthony Richardson's value has gone up just since the draft. Because pre-draft Superflex, he was, I think, the QB like 17 or 18 or something like that. Like going kind of like fit like 4th or 5th, 6th round, something like that. And now I think he go round 2, right? Yeah, the like kind of mid round 2. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Do you guys think that it's optimal to get your quarterbacks early and then just soak up the value, or are you pushing quarterbacks? Do you just have to get them? Do you just have to get them?
Depends on where you are.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like Tyler said, like if you're at the 110 and you're grabbing, or 110, 111, and you're grabbing like receiver to capitalize on the receiver squeeze in the beginning of drafts, and then grabbing QB after that, then I think that's perfectly suitable.
All right.
Gotcha.
Pimp Daddy Matt better not take Miles Sanders right here.
You got a better. You took the better option.
Madison. Took Madison. Are you guys Madison believers this year? Or are we?
I'll get exposure. I'll get exposure on an isolated tournament like this, but this will be the only place in best ball in an isolated tournament. It's the only spot I'm drafting him in. His value's too high.
There's no way. I mean, there's so many things that could happen, and I just don't know if he's that good. Anyway, I just know I see a lot of sharp drafts, and he's going in some of these FFPC drafts in the 5th round. It's like, oh God, that means, the experts, these FFPC drafts are really sharp. Some of these experts are in on Alexander Madison, and well, it's the same story with Christian Watson, but we don't need to go down the Christian Watson path again unless we really want to.
I just don't have the energy for it certain days, and today's one of them.
No, we did a whole overtime Dynasty Roundtable, which will come out tomorrow. So there's a bunch of overtimes. We're doing this new thing on Player Profiler where we do a little overtime session of our shows, and a lot of those are going to be dropping tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, we had a whole Christian Watson debate, and it feels like I was listening to John Daigle. He's on my side, but then there's other people like the GOAT District guys that are on the Christian Watson train. I think it's really divided fantasy football. You know what I mean? Christian Watson.
Yeah, he's a guy. So? Yeah, I'm kind of, he's definitely a very divisive player just because and me personally, I remember I had him on one of my home league teams that I care a lot about that league. So I'm kind of locked into all the players. And it was just Christian Watson, if the games he didn't score touchdowns in, he didn't do anything, but he scored a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. So it's but then it's now he's going into year 2. So he's probably going to get better. And then I can get a touchdown when Jordan Love was in the game. So people like to harp on that fact, but it's just, I'm kind of indifferent on him. I'm not crazy buy, crazy sell. He's just he's kind of there for me. I'll take him if I have Jordan Love, but I'm not really targeting him if I don't. So
I think that's fair. I think in these best ball, in best ball, he's, I hate to say he's better in best ball, but he is, because, he's going to have those weeks. Same thing with Kadarius Toney. As much as I hate Kadarius Toney this year and where he's getting drafted, I'll have to have a little bit because, he's going to pop off here and there like he did that one game last year. That one game that he had 19 points against the Jaguars. But I'm more so interested in those later Kansas City wide receivers. Like, give me shots at Rashee Rice and Sky Moore and MVS. Like, that's who I want in that situation. And Kadarius Toney, anyway, I'm not sure how we got off on Kadarius Toney, but he's been hurt like literally half the time. He's been in the NFL for 2 seasons. He's been hurt 16 games. So
yeah,
keep trying to stay healthy for him is going to be like a minor miracle if he can play an entire season. But I digress. Anyway,
if you guys are gonna want to get another quarterback, you probably have to do with these picks right here. When we get to Mac Jones, Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell.
Babich is gonna snipe me on this quarterback that I want.
That was depressing.
Dang, there goes my chances at.
Okay, here's for Brandon Ayuk. Or wait.
Are you going Trey Lance?
Nah. Yeah, I'm do this.
All right.
I'm not drafting any Trey Lance right now.
Aaron Jones, Jordan Addison, week 17 correlation, I guess.
Do you guys have the week 17 memorized?
No, I have it pulled up on my computer
okay.
now.
Okay.
No, I do not.
I memorized like the day it came out because I'm a sicko. Like the day I was drafting with I was in like a Google Drive spreadsheet I found on Twitter where the guy was like updating the leaks. So I was trying to get like a even bigger edge by just going off the leaks and what the week 17 ones were. So it was like there was like maybe 7 of the 7, like whatever, how many ever games there are on Sunday.
And then I revealed my strategy by saying Dotson.
I thought I was gonna get a Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield stack at the turn there, but
you got the
Debo. Not meant to be.
You got the Debo Dotson week 17 game stack.
Yeah, we're gonna do something crazy, and I hate it. So I just want it on the record that I don't like it.
Oh, Pacheco.
What's wrong with Pacheco? What do you got against Pacheco?
He's undervalued. I mean, he's undervalued. I just generally wouldn't draft him above Swift, I don't think. But considering, the format and stacks and they can, how valuable they can be, I'm comfortable with making that dip, in these tournaments. It's just not that appealing.
I know, but if he can kind of continue the trajectory he was on, catching passes out of the backfield, oh boy. I know Jerick McKinnon's there, so Jerick McKinnon's going to be the best, the most valuable third down back in all of football because he can catch those passes, like when Mahomes literally throws it behind his back. You remember that play, and then he runs for a touchdown, and then he could be like, I've never seen a third down running back be an RB1 when the starter's healthy. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there in the chat can correct me. But anyway, that's how just crazy this Chiefs offense is. But I think Pacheco, I don't think they're going to want to. I mean, they're probably, if they were smart, they'd probably slow down on running Mahomes near the goal line as he's not old right now, but I would just pound Pacheco. The offensive line's good, really good. So, I'm in on Pacheco for sure. All right,
yeah,
Tyler, you
definitely
you went Swift there. Did I steal all the air out of that debate?
No, I just don't think we just weren't ready for a transition. I don't think we actually needed more air from you.
Oh, speaking of more, you needed more air from me. Holy cow!
I was looking at.
I'm not going to say it often.
I was looking at Swift and Montgomery. I want to take Montgomery just for the brand, just for your brand. So at least one of us three would have got him.
I like Swift a lot this year. I'm a gambling man, and Swift just feels like a perfect pick. At pick 103, I mean, he's going way late. And if you look at all he's done, I know he's not going to play a full season likely because he never has. But he's consistent, like RB15, RB8 in points, fantasy points per game when he plays. He's going to give you those big play, like those, where he just has goes off for 60 yards on he's big play potential in a Philly offense. I love Swift this year for sure. I almost
I almost took him over Damian Pierce, and then when I saw him fall back to me, I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, that's somebody I probably should have considered where I was picking, but I did get the correlation with Dotson and Debo, so I was happy with that. I'm trying to strategize over here, but it's tough. It's kind of tough being on the end, because you're kind of soaking up all this. And you get Javonte Williams there to add to your correlation. That's nice. I like that. There's a chance. I mean, by week 6, he could be, right back to where he was.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little time, but
he was like a 2nd-round pick last year, right? Like mid 2nd-round pick.
Yeah, like 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah.
And I had some guy in our YouTube comments to argue with me, like about using that, using the ADP from last year is not allowed. It's like, well, we can kind of determine these narratives, right? Like, I can't even remember what I was talking about with him. I think Christian Watson. I said nobody was in on Christian Watson last. I remember I got him in a dynasty league. Not that this is dynasty, like the 11th over in a player profiler dynasty league, in like the 11th round because nobody liked him. And now everybody this year is, not to go down the Christian Watson path again, but all paths lead back to Christian Watson for me for whatever reason. I'm on the clock. Here we go.
I was just disgusted by the lay of the land at that pick. The problem there is,
man,
you better be comfortable with the receivers you get before and after this stretch because it's so unappetizing.
Like, I think right after like that Brandon Cooks, Elijah Moore, I mean, maybe you can make a case for Jameson Williams, like right after those guys. Then
I prefer Williams to Cooks. And
okay.
Because with Williams, if he were to say get injured instead of be suspended for 6 games, right? And we didn't know he was out for 6 games right now, his ADP would be much higher. Yeah. And it's not like he's missing any time. So I don't know. I just don't think Cooks is he's washed. And Elijah Moore it's just not certain enough if we're gonna see anything. Oh gosh, I don't like this either.
Who's he? I would say who's even on the board.
What do you have against Antonio Gibson there? That's a great pick.
No, I like Antonio Gibson. He was about the only player I did like. I like AJ Dillon too, but with Aaron Jones, I'm obviously not considering him here.
Okay, so you go Sky Moore, which don't get me wrong, I like that pick, but what are we just all off of Cortland Sutton now? I know you're talking about
I can't do
earlier,
it again.
Tyler.
Don't have the room in my heart.
And if he falls to me, I'm forced to take him right here. Like I have no choice.
You're gonna get him.
Here's the thing.
I think you're gonna get him.
If Cortland Sutton doesn't have a 100-yard and a plus touchdown game within the first 4 weeks of the season, they might cut him. I don't know what the value there looks like, but they were already talking about potentially releasing him if there was no trade partner. So they're going to be looking to shop him. And if he lands on a new team, are we really certain that Cortland Sutton, with all he's done in his career, is going to make that quick of an adjustment? It's just, there's so many factors that are uncertain for Cortland Sutton, and I'm not completely out on him. If I had Russell Wilson, like if I'm in Tyler's shoes and this pick goes Zach Charbonnet or anyone other than Sutton, I'm hitting the button and I'm actually doing it pretty confidently.
I just don't want to take him, but I have to. It's like
dude. It's
nearly a round after ADP. Plus, you have the correlation. I mean, that exactly, if you're gonna draft Sutton, it's in that situation.
Exactly. I'm never drafting Sutton unless he's like 25 picks past ADP, or I have Russell Wilson, and it's like he's the only other Denver receiver I have too. I obviously have Javonte, but I mean, like if I hope where is I don't know where. I don't have the arenas memorized yet. I need to figure that might be the next challenge for me. Where is Denver Chargers? Let me look it up.
Oh yeah, like where who's playing at? Okay,
I think it's a home game for Denver either way.
But Cortland Sutton, Cortland Sutton has a lot of these efficiency. I mean, I won't say all, but I mean, total route wins, number 21 amongst wide receivers. Route win rate, number 23. Yards per route run, number 50. So you'd think that would be higher, but his ADOT's number 22 amongst receivers. And then he gets targeted enough, especially where you're drafting him, number 27 in targets, 25th in target rate. So yeah, drafting him in the 3rd round, like people were doing last year, obviously was not okay, but the overcorrection, I mean, I think is a bit much here, especially in this draft for sure. But Senior Football has a question. He says, why do people think Russell Wilson will rebound with Sean Payton, but no one likes Judy or Sutton? I think this is a good question. No, sorry, Tyler's the barely
because Judy and Sutton's price, a Russell Wilson resurgence is baked into their price more so than it is Russell's ADP. So like just relative to other players at the position, I'm willing to take Russ at his ADP, given the risk associated with all that, versus where I could take other receivers with Judy and Sutton. I'm actually more okay drafting Sutton at ADP. I think Judy is massively overpriced.
Yeah, Judy. Yeah, Judy. But go ahead, Tyler. But I'll agree with that. I think where Judy's going is a little. It's right in that zone where I'm probably preferring a running back, and Tyler's pumping his fist because he's getting who he wants. Kincaid,
love it. Thing I was gonna say about Russell Wilson first. I wrote him up for the world famous draft kit. Go check it out.
Yeah, good plug.
Yeah. And I was just kind of diving into some of the stuff. He's being drafted later than where he finished last season, which felt like rock bottom. Like last year was probably the worst fantasy and statistical season he'll ever have, and he's being drafted later than that. And I just it's only going to go up. I don't see how it could get any worse.
That's usually what's said right before things get worse.
That's fair, but I trust Sean Payton. Like you look what he did with end of the road Drew Brees. And I forget. I wrote it up in the for the write up, but I think they had like the third highest scoring offense with end of the road Drew Brees. Like I just feel like he's gonna figure it out. Where like Hackett was like, okay, Russ, like we're gonna let you cook. This is your team. You make the rules. Russ isn't a great leader, and it like when they let him cook, it was not good. Sean Payton's gonna come in. He's be like, this is what we're doing. You don't get to say about it. You don't get your own office, whatever was going on there, that whole ordeal. You're going to be with it. You're going to do what I say, and we're going to win some football games. And I think that's what's going to happen here. And Dalton Kincaid is my favorite. I have him. I have a video, I think, coming out about him for the whatever we're calling it, the video takes or whatever. But
the video takes.
I love Dalton Kincaid. I dove into some of like his college stat line was pretty much better. So like everyone likes to make the comparison, like round one tight ends don't do anything, and it's true. But when you dive into some of like the other stuff, like TJ Hawkinson isn't a pure receiving. Like at least he didn't come out as a pure receiving. Like okay, this guy's gonna be big slot. Like he's not gonna have a hand in the dirt or anything. That wasn't his game. I looked at the only two players from like the past, I think it was like 5 or 6 years, that had better or like very similar like receiving stat lines only to Dalton Kincaid, or Evan Ingram and Kyle Pitts. Both of those guys finished as the tight end 5 their rookie season. And that's a similar profile that Kincaid has. And like everybody else had a worse receiving profile. They're kind of more just viewed as like a tight end, not a receiver. I think Evan Ingram and Kyle Pitts are like receivers, and that's exactly what Dalton Kincaid is going to be in this offense. So that's my Kincaid rant. I love Kincaid. I'm going to take him every time. If I get Greg Dulcich right here, I'm absolutely gonna cry.
I love that. I'm overweight on Kincaid. I truly, for most of the reasons that you just laid out there, am in on him. And as we see his heart ripped out of his chest live on air. But speaking of receivers that are tight ends, let's talk about how Dalton Schultz is undervalued, because I just reached a couple of spots, and when you look at Houston, it's just devoid of pass catching talent. Their most talented receiver is a guy who's never really fired in Nico Collins. Schultz has had some of the highest slot opportunity and of all of tight ends, and he's going to get that same opportunity this season. And so if we're looking at 100 plus targets for Schultz, which I think is 90 to 100 targets is very reasonable. He finished as the tight end 5 in 2021. He could be the ultimate red zone target in, he's near at a 20% red zone target share in Dallas, 24% red zone target share last year. If he's in that similar vicinity, Dalton Schultz is closer to a top 5 tight end than he is tight end 14 where he's ranked. So I like Dalton Schultz this year. I think he's getting faded for for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and they played Tennessee, right, in Week 17. And Tennessee, I believe,
they do.
was one of those weird defenses. And somebody can. This is off the top of my head. I do so much research, so this could be wrong. But Tennessee, I believe, was one of those weird defenses that finished number 1 against the run, but number 32 against the pass. So, and I don't know if they've done much to really upgrade their defense at all. So that's probably going to be a good matchup for Kincaid or not Kincaid, Schultz in Week 17. So that adds to your point. I think that's one of those games you're going to want exposure to, because I really do believe that Houston's defense is not going to be very good. I don't think Tennessee is going to be a very good team. So I could just see that being a low-key game that not too many people like, aside from having Derrick Henry, because they think he's going to go off in that game. But if you have some of these pieces like a Schultz, if you maybe even throw in a CJ Stroud or Will Levis.
Treylon Burks, Week 17 sneaky stack. It could.
There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I mean, you're going to want it. You're going to want it. Who's going to have that? You know, like who's
seriously though, if he has 120, like if Burks has 120 and 2 long touchdowns, like in some shootout, meaningless Week 17 game, and Will Levis, with their season loss, throws for like 303 touchdowns or something like that. I mean, you're talking about just that's probably true as well.
Don't forget about Chig.
For some reason, though, it's probably going to be Westbrook Akine, who goes for like 125 and 2.
Yeah,
Burks has Kyle 7 targets, 3 receptions. Hey, hold on. Let's not besmirch the name of Kyle Phillips. This dude's a dog. I said
he's got 2 touchdowns.
Truther. Yeah, but it was just
I was last year until I wasn't.
The inclination. He was winning routes last year. He was commanding targets in a small sample, and then he got hurt. So there's still not a lot of target competition there. It's not unreasonable to think that he outperforms expectations, which are literally 0, and cracks his way into a slot role there. Because who is it? Who's their starting slot receiver? Exactly.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I actually think it's Kyle Phillips. I actually think it's Kyle Phillips.
It probably is. No, it probably is. It probably is.
Rashi
Rice. So I didn't have a shot at.
This is troubling. I cannot stand Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I don't think I can physically stomach taking him.
I don't draft him either.
So I am gonna do that.
Okay, that's not okay. I was hoping you'd fall back to me, maybe.
I just looking at the tight ends that are left. I think he's kind of a tier break and someone who's in a high-powered offense that still has some sort of tangible role on a week-to-week basis. And so in a roster construction where I'm clearly is a little bit of a antonym, but I'm going to be going 3 tight ends, so might as well get one here. Of course, I'm still staring at MVS for some reason. I can't possibly do this. I
don't think you should take KJ Osborne right here. I think you should let him fall to me. Is that collusion? Is that collusion that I said that?
I think that's table talk.
Table
talk.
That's table talk, but at the same time,
is this draft game?
I was never considering. Yes. This draft is thrown out. There will be no poll.
Yeah, but they have video evidence of us talking and like, hey, if you take there's like no, we're not going. Hey, take KJ Osborne and like there's no way. Like Matt and I could have done it. But
talking about the 4th option, and it's just not as appetizing to me when I can take Jaden Reed, who's likely going to be the 2nd option, plus getting a little bit of mixture with Aaron Jones as well. So, KJ Osborne's just not generally a pick that's appetizing unless I have Kirk Cousins. And the value hound comes back.
You gotta love it. There's nothing better when
my God.
He's my first stack from Minnesota too. So this is great.
Another guy who goes there that I can't stomach is Tyquan Thornton. Is there any belief there?
Yeah, I don't think
He didn't
so.
do anything
He's fast.
last year that was impressive.
His most impressive, I think the most impressive thing he did last year was run the 40 really fast.
Quote it. I mean, that's absolutely true. How does he do anything better than Kendrick Bourne? What did Kendrick Bourne do to get suppressed in New England besides dominate every single time the ball's in his hands? I mean, that
I don't know.
guy had the highest surreal efficiency metrics for 3 straight seasons.
Yeah, I love Kendrick Bourne. He won me a Dynasty championship. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like that 2021 season, he was like my last flex option. And he was just he would have like, I remember he had that long touchdown against the Cowboys on, I think it was on like a late afternoon game. I don't know why I remember that. I think it's because I had the Cowboys spread in that game. Anyways, but Kendrick Bourne, I honestly, the reason I like Kendrick Bourne is because it sounds so weird, but his chain, like that choker diamond chain he has is so sick. It's so dope. That's the kind of chain that I want. I want that chain so bad. It just looks dope on it.
We need to get, you know what we need to do is for the Dynasty Roundtable, we need to get like a fake chain. And that could be the trophy.
Little dog
that
chain.
could be the trophy. It could be a fake chain.
I can go steal one out of my brother's closet. I'm sure he's got a lot of fake chains that we could use.
All right. We're go do that, and that'll be our that'll be our trophy for the Dynasty Roundtable Dynasty League. So yeah, we'll get Tyler's brother's chain. Yeah. Is it your brother older? Or
all right, now I gotta go. Marvin Mims here. He's younger. He's in.
Yes, absolutely. You do need to take Marvin Mims.
Yeah. How many receivers am I at?
See, there's.
7, I feel like that's good.
Oh my! How much correlation in that Denver Chargers game do you have? Holy cow!
I want to take some credit. Yeah, that game's got to be 50-49, or you are fucked. Ooh,
1, 2, 3. But I only need like 1 or 2 of them to hit. I just
lost this money there. Sorry.
You're talking to the YouTube manager now, so we'll have to figure out what to do with Matt Babich. You dropped the F-bomb on the live stream.
I got too relaxed. So, we're having too much fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting us demonetized.
I don't even know if that's how it works.
I don't know if anybody knows how it works.
I looked at the monetization stuff, and it all has to do with the title and description.
Yeah, I remember being in meetings
swear, like the first 2 minutes, right? You can't swear in the first 2 minutes.
It's in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, and your dad's in the live stream too. See, this is what Harry Snowman's saying.
Yeah.
Like this is the fear, but it's all good. I think we're okay. But I just remember being in those YouTube meetings with Aaron when a certain tight end named Zach, what was his name? His real name was Kuntz, right?
Zach Kuntz.
Kuntz, but they were saying the other word.
Now we're done.
Well, yeah. Did you say? Is it his real name? Hey, boys, we got a sleeper update. Sleeper note he just hit. That's gonna impact some.
Oh, Seth just auto picked Logan Thomas.
Oh no!
Sorry, I distracted
you
with the sleeper.
He's in my queue. Let's see. Oh boy, I got to get back on track here. I think I can get back on track.
Wait till after you
with Logan Tom. I took Logan Thomas like 40 picks ahead of ADP. It's like this ADP is gonna be surging after that.
This is just like this quote right here that I'm looking at is the most like pre-training camp hype quote ever. It says Nick Chubb will be used more as a receiver out of the backfield, like looking eyes emoji. It's just there's nothing better than that.
Could we just do that? Like, could we just say things? Like, is it just some beat reporter there?
Yeah.
Just like, he sees Nick Chubb catching a pass out of the backfield. And they're like, I tell you what, Nick Chubb's going to be used more in the passing game. I know because I watched him catch a pass in shorts. That's how I know.
I have a good Twitter idea that I'm just waiting to use. Hey, do you guys follow it's like there's a couple of accounts that do it, like NFL Rookie Watch will do it on Twitter, where it's like there was one I screenshotted it. Here, let me look at it because I was going to use it for reference and make like a meme out of it. Here it is. It's talking about Drake London. It's like Drake London has reportedly had an impressive offseason so far and looks, quote, ready to take another step. Then it always ends like the Falcons' 8th overall pick in 2022 looks to take a jump in year 2. It's just like
they always put the quotes.
It's so much. That's
how you know they're piecing together these quotes and just removing so much context.
That's why I want to make one where it's like the most irrelevant player, but just like kind of it's like believable. It's like someone will think it's real.
I have a template that we can use for like all news in the offseason, and it just says player speaks highly of fellow teammate. Adjust your ranks accordingly.
There we go.
Because like that's what half of these news articles are. Is just like coaches and other players just hyping up with these very leading questions.
Yeah. Well, my favorite, like we gotta do like a player like a Paris Campbell type player would be good for that. But I think they've already done it about Paris Campbell because he's getting a lot of hype. Like, oh, he's taking snaps in the backfield. Like, is he the new Deebo Samuel? So
it's so weird that beat reporters know nothing. We treat beat reporters like they know nothing in season, and then in the off season when like football starts back up again, beat reporters know everything, right? Like Ty Montgomery, Pierre Strong, and the ghost of James White are all going to be taking third down snaps instead of Ramondre Stevenson. The beat reporter said so. So just be prepared.
Honestly, a perfect player to do this for would be like a guy like Kenneth Gainwell right here, where it's just like Kenneth Gainwell has reportedly been watching Christian McCaffrey tape, looking to be a weapon. Quote, weapon out of the
Gainwell. I liked Kenny Gainwell. What are we gonna do to Kenny Gainwell?
No. The former Memphis running back to have a breakout season.
Chase Brown has really been working hard in the offseason.
Yeah, see?
He's been watching Skyped Deion Sanders.
Yeah, he's been watching LaDainian Tomlinson tape. Barry Sanders tape. Yeah, he's been watching Barry Sanders do his spin move. So that means he's going to be the RB1 overall in fantasy football.
And then it ends like,
overtake Joe Mixon.
Is Chase Brown the next Big Ten running back to make an impact in the league?
Oh, Tyler, you're so good at this. This has to be a thing now.
That's what I'm saying. I need to like
Tyler's
where you change your profile picture on Twitter and then you change your name so it looks like it's like not like how they do with like Adam Schefter, like I don't know if I can say his name account. Barry, do you guys know Barry?
Yeah.
All right.
Sports talk Barry.
Yeah, he used to do that all the time. I like his YouTube videos. His YouTube videos are actually pretty good. I watch them.
You're OTC, Tyler.
Yeah,
OTC.
I know, OTC. I gotta take a tight end here just because I need more. I'll just stick with the rookies and just.
Oh, Jack Kavanaugh. Action Jack has popped in the chat with this. What is this?
Thank goodness for the Packers beat. We're ahead of the news here.
Is this the real Jack Kavanaugh in here? Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. Somebody's faking a Jack Kavanaugh account.
Fake.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my profile picture to Jack Kavanaugh's profile picture and then write Jack Kavanaugh in the top for my name, and it's gonna be like, Jack? Who's his flag plant player? Just do like that player. I forgot who it was. I saw it. It's a New England player. I thought maybe no, it's Tank Dell. He like Tank Dell. I was like Tank Dell has been watching. Who's a good slot guy? Amon-Ra St. Brown tape.
He's so prepared for this.
He's so prepared. Expect the AAC Player of the Year to have a breakout rookie season.
Sniped on. Should I draft Colt McCoy, guys?
Do it.
Should I just do it? You have four QBs.
Colt McCoy is looking to have a.
I can tell you,
I'm
drafting to draft Colt McCoy, no matter what.
I'm drafting Colt McCoy. Yeah. Oh, I have another pick. Hold on.
Why?
Because the correlation.
Then draft Clayton Tune. He's gonna be the one who's playing.
No, Colt McCoy is gonna play, man. He's got a West Texas sheriff's name, and he's gonna play quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals.
I just drafted Trey McBride. I don't know if you know this.
Should I draft the bad running? Oh shoot, I'm running out of time. I'll just draft Dwayne McBride.
Trask, that'd be funny.
Yeah, I'll just get like Okay, I think. Oh man,
I'll do it.
There you go.
Tune.
I'll do it just
Oh,
because Seth didn't. I'll do it just because Seth didn't.
You're probably right. Tune is going to be the guy. They're going to be trying to. You're going to be trying to get that number one overall pick, boys.
Who do the Cardinals play Week 10?
I don't know.
Why
do you ask these questions?
I'm looking it up.
Okay.
All right. Who do I? Denver, Minnesota. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I score. I don't think I get
Falcons at Cardinals. Clayton Tune and Trey McBride are going
Falcons
for a 60
that one by
piece.
50. I don't know what to take here. I want to do like something fun. Should I just do Clyde? Just I don't know. What's my last running back?
I thought about Clyde.
I'll do it.
Colt McCoy ain't getting through 9 whole games, coach. I can tell you that.
He's gonna be like Udonis Haslam for the Heat.
Goodell will pay them off to start somebody else. He is just bad for TV.
Yeah, you are right. I think because I think Arizona has one mission. They have one goal this year, and that's to get the number 1 overall pick. That's it. That's their mission in life.
They're just gonna get it from the Texans pick.
Well, hey, they got 2 chances then.
Yeah,
they got 2 chances. Yeah. So
Marvin Mims Jr. and Caleb Williams just back to back.
Yeah, dude, or just Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I was like, wait,
what?
I drafted him. You said
Marvin Mims. I don't think he's got a kid in college yet, or another brother.
I'm out of Marvin Mims this year on ADP, but let me tell you, his son, all in.
His son is also 21 years old at the university. At Oklahoma. It's like they just cloned him. Really, is what they did. They just cloned Marvin Mims.
What's your guys' thoughts on Zach Ertz this season? Like, is he? I feel like he's viable as tight end.
He might not play a game.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
he's 33 years old, and just his knee was pulled pork in Week 10 of the NFL season. I mean, he's got over 10 more weeks, 10 weeks of real games until he hits a year. That's at 33 years old. That just feels. And what motive are they going to have to put him out on the field?
Like you said, they're trying to lose games.
Guys,
we just wants to go play.
Who do I take? I don't know what to take here.
We got Jamie. We got Jamie in the chat. He says, "Are you guys almost done drafting? No offense, but I'm waiting for Jack's show to start." So we have I think Jack's show already. You can go check it out right now if you want.
Yeah, I think.
Let's just go. But now you've got a you're asking questions to other people in the chat.
Didn't Jack go live at 7 or didn't Jack go live at 6?
Yeah, player profiler today is at 6. So go check it out, Jamie. If you want to, I mean, you won't. But if you want to ask us questions, you can stay in here too. But we're almost we are almost done. We are almost done. So we're getting there. We're the 20th round right now. How about that? We're just about. It's just about over with.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack show's delayed. Is that what? Was posted?
Postponed.
I'm supposed to be in charge of all this stuff.
That's a wild leap to take, Tyler. I'm not sure about that one.
All right. So I probably need another tight end with this pick, don't I? Yeah. I just take Zach Ertz.
Oh,
why not?
Just do it. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Just have another terrible pick. Another terrible
scorched Dorch policy. Dorched Earth policy. There we go.
We're doing it. Wait a minute. No. Hold on. Terrible bye week.
Earth.
There's no good. How did all these tight ends go?
I've been taking a little Jonnu Smith in some drafts.
You're sick. Right. You're a sick man.
But here's my thinking, though. I think Jonnu Smith's going to play tight end and Kyle Pitts is going to play receiver. So that means Jonnu Smith's always going to be on the field. And we know Arthur Smith loves Jonnu Smith. That's all I'm saying. I think Jonnu Smith has at least 4 touchdowns this season. That's good enough for me.
Can we quote that?
Right. Yeah, put that up.
At least 4 touchdowns.
I think he does. I honestly think he does.
I think you might get hate for it in the chat.
I hope I do. I'm just saying, Jonnu Smith was not used in New England, right? And that's
Harry.
Arthur
Harry,
Smith
sometimes you're rude without realizing it.
It's all right.
That was a rude comment.
It's okay. Do we want to recap this bad boy or
I think we should take
it?
as long as possible. No one's in a rush.
Honestly, let's just fire up another one.
Yeah,
Who says no?
We're marathon. We'll just max.
My dream is to do.
Max it out.
I really want to do a 24-hour stream in like August. That sounds like so much fun.
Dude, I pitched this idea and it pretty much got shot down, but we would do a draft-a-thon.
Yeah.
On Underdog, where we basically we would just stop to take piss breaks is all we would do.
Yeah.
You know, we would have different guests. We like you and I should do it next. We could do it when the puppy opens up again. As soon as the puppy opens up, we'll just
puppies.
Max it out. We'll just
I don't have the bankroll to rip like 50 best ball mania. So definitely like the puppies.
Yeah, and we could get like the guests. We could pool money.
Yeah, just
together.
Keep bringing some people in too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we all exactly. So this is my idea, our idea now.
Yeah. Hey.
Next puppy, we're coming at you with a 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
All right, so let's recap this real quick. Let's start with let's not start with my terrible team. Let's start with you, Tyler, because I feel like it just feels like you won the draft out of all.
Yeah,
of us.
I'll just do this. I feel like it's easy to look at it this way. But I got Herbert, Kirk, Russell Wilson. I like my running backs too. Like you only need to start 2, and I feel like all these guys have like some upside. And then the receivers is where we just kind of went stacking crazy, except for Cup. I didn't stack Cup in any capacity. No game stacks or team stacks for Cup. So that's fine. He can just put up 20 by himself. And tight ends. If Dalton Kincaid's good, this team is good. But I don't know. We're just gonna have to hopefully get some usable weeks out of the tight end department here. So
nice.
And actually, I can just do this. I'll just Whose team shall I look up?
Matt's. Go Matt.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Matt Babich.
Nah, we don't have to really review.
Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune's gonna start. He's probably going to open the season.
I like the Ty Chandler pick.
This draft happened. It started and it ended.
Well, Matt and I were picking right back to back. So I feel like we were robbing each other of terrible picks back to back. Like, I don't know. I feel like there were many times.
I love this QB group from you.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
This is the definition of hero QB. Hero QB.
Yeah. So I felt like Baker's probably not going to be reliable. That's why I took Colt McCoy, but it could be a terrible strategy.
Because as if Colt McCoy is reliable.
I feel like you had a chance to take window and turn him down.
If you put 2 unreliable quarterbacks together, you have 2 unreliable quarterbacks, Tyler. That's
that's not where I thought that was going.
No, there's no logic to it at all. It's just you have double the chance of being disappointed is really all it is. So I got some Carolina stackage there with Bryce Young.
Yeah.
And then some correlation in there with Philly and Arizona, which was I was going for. But this is I'm pretty unhappy with this, if I'm being honest. Because my tight end situation is terrible. It's terrible. Because I auto pick Logan Thomas.
Wait, who was your last pick again? Was it Colt McCoy?
No, it was. I thought I picked Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah, you didn't take Zach Ertz.
No, I didn't. Who did I take?
Because he's not here.
Who did I take?
It doesn't say you've taken anybody.
And Colt McCoy. Oh wait. Oh yeah. I think it's just one of those weird things.
I think I took Zach Ertz and it's just not showing up.
Okay, then yeah.
Oh.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
this is
all right, guys. Yeah, hit the like button. Kendall Jenner. You can find that. Where can you find that T-shirt, Tyler? Can you find it?
I don't know. You just got to get the Instagram ad to pop up on your feed.
Instagram ad.
No, that's how I found it. I couldn't even tell you where I got it.
Search it on Instagram, you'll probably find it.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, including Jamie, Harry Snowman, the Fantasy Football Ninja. Go follow. I know he's got a YouTube channel. Go follow that. But like and subscribe our video first because you're watching our video. And I guess go have fun watching Jack Kavanaugh's video that was postponed. Go watch that now because I think that's probably. I'm surprised you guys haven't left already. There's many people in here, but anyway. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Tyler. We got to do this again. This was a lot of fun. So until next time, Nobody cares about Aaron Rodgers. So until I can find the end
Joe
screen,
Flacco better than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you got that straight. Where's the end screen, guys? Where is it? Hold on. Here it is. Bye, everybody.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free. This is only possible because of you allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All In Package to continue to make all of this possible, to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you, the people that get the site and get the show.